welcome to another practical session with Mr. Music. So for today, we'll be talking about the coefficient of static friction, and I'll be showing us the simple practical procedure for we to be able to calculate the coefficient of static friction. What is the coefficient of static friction? The coefficient of static friction is a dimensionless quantity in physics that helps us to measure the amount of frictional force between an object and a plane. So the aim of our practical for today is going to be determination of the coefficient of static friction between a glass block and a glass plane and a wooden block on a glass plane. And for us to be able to do this, there are step-by-step processes for we to actualize this aim. So in this practical session, I will be telling us the step-by-step process that we need to actualize this aim. So next is to tell us about the simple apparatus that we will need to actualize this aim of looking for the coefficient of static friction between solids and a surface. For this experiment, we will be using some set of apparatus, and the apparatus that we are going to be using for this experiment, number one, we'll be using our inclined plane. Our inclined plane is made up of a glass surface, and apart from that, we'll be using our piece of wooden block, which is, this is our piece of wooden block, this is our piece of glass block, and this is our scale in which we are going to use to measure the weight of the blocks respectively, and we will also be using our meter rule so that we can use it to measure the distance from any single point we place any of the block on the inclined plane. So guys, to carry out this practical procedure, what we are going to be doing in this practical procedure is I will first of all place my wooden block on the inclined plane, then I will gently adjust the inclined plane and observe the position at which it just starts moving. So by doing that, I'll be able to measure the horizontal distance and the height of the inclined plane. Using that, I can be able to determine the angle between them. And if I'm able to do that, I will also be able to determine the coefficient of static friction, which is equals to tan theta. So let's get down with the practical. So firstly, I've already weighed the wooden block. Place it here, there. Okay. So next thing I'll do is I'll measure the distance from here. I think the first one here. Okay, and this gives me 21.3 to be the vertical height, and horizontally this gives me 33.4, horizontally 33.4. Then I'm going to carry out this same practical again. I'll gradually adjust it and observe. Okay. Okay, at this location. Then I measure the horizontal distance again. So I'm going to continue this, and I will do this for about 5 times. Then after the 5th time, then the next one is I'm going to take my glass block, put it on the line, then gradually tilt this. Okay. Then I'll measure this, I have this. And I have this. So I'll measure the height from here to here, and I'll measure the distance from here to here. So the height from here to here gives me 12.2. And this gives me 36.2 and 12.2. So I will carry out the same practical procedure for the glass block for about 4 more times so that I'll be able to get my reading. And there is also another simple procedure to be able to find the coefficient of static friction. Now, looking at our inclined plane is calibrated so that it may be able to calculate the angle through which the inclined plane moves. So if I'm going to do that, the first thing is for this my inclined plane, I'll put it here, then I will gradually until this, then I will look at the angle. This is 28. I will call this theta 1. Theta 1 is 28. I will bring it down again, carry out the same experiment. Theta 2 is 29. Theta 2 is 28.5. Theta 4 is 30. And theta 5 is 32. So I'm going to find the mean of these experiments. Similarly, I'm going to make this thing the same thing for our glass block. So for the glass block, I'll just have to put my hand there so that it won't fall off and crack. So as I tilt it, for my glass block, theta 1 is 15.5. 15.05. Put it again, move it up. Theta 2 is 20.1. Put it here again. I have 14.9. I have 14.9. Put it again. So by doing this about 6 times, I can be able to get the average angle. Then after getting the average angle, I will look for tan theta. So guys, that's that concerning the simple practical procedure that is needed to be able to determine the coefficient of static friction between solids such as wooden block and a glass surface and glass block on a glass surface. So in the next video, I will be showing us the table of values and how we can appropriately calculate for the coefficient of static friction. Bye. See you in the next video.